Okay, so I just fucking passed out during surgery, during the procedure. Passed out. I woke up and all I could move was my feet. Every time I woke up, I couldn't gauge time. I didn't even really know where I was. I don't fully remember opening my eyes because it's possible I couldn't open my eyes, and I don't remember how long I was conscious. I just know that I was for like a moment. The next time I woke
For all
up,
you knew, it'd have been like a month, or
no
it could have
time,
been 10 minutes.
time wasn't a factor. Like it never crossed my mind to think about time. It was quite literally like I woke up from being asleep, but like I only woke up long enough to turn my alarm off, and then I passed the fuck back out. I don't remember having any dreams. I don't remember like seeing anything. The second time I woke up, I could move my legs. I could move my thighs and my feet, and I started like just like shaking them. Like I don't know why I was shaking them, but I felt like what I was trying to do is like I don't know. I was just like wiggling my legs, and like I don't know if I was trying to get attention or what the fuck I was doing, but that's all I could do. And then again, kind of just went back to sleep because I'm pretty sure like they had me on a solid sedative, and like I was just going to sleep. The third time I fucking woke up, I was having this dream. I know I just said I didn't remember having any dreams, but this is the only dream I truly remembered having. I remember thinking, I can talk. Like I can talk. And my arms were heavy, but I could move them. And I did what I'm sure some of you might be wondering, there's no way he's going to do this. Yeah, I fucking did. It was not a conscious effort, decision on my end. It was not something I just said, like, I have to do this for the family. Like, no, it wasn't nothing like that. It was an indecision decision. It was just something I did in the moment. And for those who hadn't pieced it together yet, I was intubated, which is effectively where they just put a tube in your throat, in your mouth. If they can get one down your throat, like if your airway isn't swollen, they put a tube down your throat into your lungs, and it's breathing for you. Now, I could feel the breathing. Like every time I took a breath, I could feel like this thing like pushing air into my lungs. Um, but yeah, what they call extubating. I extubated myself. I don't know how long it took for people to like notice what happened, but I can tell you this based on what I was told in the hospital. Everyone was right outside my door when I extubated myself. It wasn't like the middle of the day. I don't know what time of day it was. Not a fucking clue. I don't know when it was. But what they did was what she told me was like everybody was right outside your door. I don't remember if they were about to come in or if they had just stepped out, but like yeah, everyone was there. It's effectively like you come into the kitchen as like your child is about to fuck with the stove. Like disaster was narrowly avoided. And I don't mean like they stopped me from pulling it out. Oh, I pulled it the fuck out. And I'm telling you, like, as I'm pulling it out, I can feel like it's out. And like I still have it in my hand and I can feel people rushing into the room, like next to me. And I start trying to tell them I can talk. I fucking couldn't. I did not have the strength. Like my body did not have the ability to form words. Like I could talk. I didn't have enough wind power to push words. Like first off, I'll get to it in a second, but I couldn't really talk. I could make it seem like I was trying to talk. So like the best I could give them was that's the best I could give them. But I could not speak. So fade to black again. I don't remember like what happened. All I remember is the next time I woke up, I was on another hospital bed. I could have been in the same room for all I fucking know. I don't have a clue. I don't know. I have a I have a BiPAP respirator on my face, and this is where it gets a little like confusing. I remember getting cleaned up. This part is just funny to me. It's not medically relevant, but like I was getting cleaned up. Like I was naked, and I remember I didn't know I was naked, but I was naked, and they like. Like, and they had, like, well, I had, like, something on over my, like, I had on a gown. But, like, yeah, I was, like, ass naked. Like, I had no underwear on. I had no shorts. Like, because I went into the OR with underwear and shorts on. No shirt, but underwear and shorts. And I was under the impression, now they fucking cut my shorts off again. Because the last 2 times I was in the hospital, they cut my fucking clothes off. And I'll be honest with you, I hate that. I hate that shit. So... I'm in this new room. I have I think a BiPAP machine like on my face. It's a respirator, and effectively what they're trying like to explain this part, the respirator, they're making sure that that my lungs are still functioning, meaning that they are pulling in oxygen. But more importantly, they are exhaling CO2. And they said like you. And I was told, like, you managed to pull the tube out the day before we were going to take it out. And because you did that, we have to put you on a respirator for this night. Tonight, you have to be on a respirator because we have to make sure that your lungs work. And like, she meant that shit. Like, yeah, you just got to be on one for tonight. And so they gave me a wash up. Like, they cleaned my body. The reason I'm bringing the whole, like, them washing me up thing up is simply because the lady who was like wiping me down, like I'm laying on my left side, right? And she's like, she's wiping down my back, my thighs, and she wipes down the inside of my left thigh. Mind you, I'm laying on my left side. And as she wipes my thigh, my inner thigh, she clips my nuts. Like full on, like real fast swipe. Like clips my nuts with her fingers. And like it wasn't like I felt somebody touch my balls. It was like, oh, that's weird. No, it was like getting thumped in the nuts. And like I flinched. And the only reason, again, I'm bringing that up one because it's funny, but two, when I could communicate, I straight up said that lady does not know how to wash a pair of nuts. I wanted it to be known I got hit in the balls, and I was unhappy about it. So it's dusk now. Like this is when I'm in this room on the respirator, it's dusk, and like I think it's around 7 o'clock because I think that's because they're changing shifts, and like it was a hard time because like the respirator mask didn't really fit, and just life was kind of rough. But eventually, you know, it's whatever, and they're just like, you know. If throughout that night, they would come in and they would check they would draw blood from my arteries to check my blood gases. And that's effectively just trying to see like how much of a certain type of gas is in your bloodstream. And you don't want a lot of CO2. You won't know CO2. That's what happened to me in 2013. Was like I had sleep apnea. We had a CO2 leak. The sleep apnea was not being treated. The CO2 leak had not been discovered. My lungs weren't working already. But breathing in CO2 and then not being able to push it out. Yeah, bad times. And I remember like eventually like trying to like communicate with them. And I couldn't really communicate because one, they didn't want me to take the respirator mask off. Again, the fucker didn't fit. Like, I always hated like having to go to the hospital and having to use their CPAP or whatever masks, because what ends up happening is like it's always too small, and it always rides my gum line or my teeth, and it always shifts my teeth. And like what I mean by shifts my teeth, I mean my teeth are not in the same position as I walked in there with. So like I'll feel like I have to like bite down to try to like realign my teeth. It's a very weird sensation. It's a very annoying and very weird sensation. So they're just like, yeah, so we're gonna do this overnight, and if your numbers look good in the morning, we'll just put you on oxygen and you'll be okay. I'm like, all right, cool. Then what ends up happening is I asked one of the ladies. I asked her. Well, I end up asking somebody like, can I get like a notepad or something, so we can stop playing fucking 20 questions. You know what I mean? Because I got tired of like I'm sorry, baby, I can't hear you. What are you saying? Because like they were getting frustrated, and I was getting frustrated that they were getting frustrated. So they brought me like a clipboard and an ink pen, which I still have. I don't like they put the ink pen in my bag. I ain't on the front. I asked them. The first question I think I asked was, "Is it safe to go to sleep?" And it was like, "Yeah." Heads up, I ain't go to sleep. Just fucking didn't. That whole night.
You had the okay to though, at the very least.
Yeah, I was told that it was, yeah, you can go to sleep. Because I literally had a thing on my face that was breathing for me. Like I could have went to sleep. Fucking wasn't going to sleep. And if anybody is wondering, like, well, while you were intubated, why didn't they, like strap you down so you couldn't extubate yourself? I was like, because and as other people have pointed out, because if I had woken up and I couldn't fucking move, I'd have panicked. But yeah, so she tells me I can go to sleep. So the next question I ask is, does anyone know what happened? Like, does anybody know what happened to me? And she said, I don't know if you mean, like, does your family know? Or if, like she said, I'm not sure what you mean, so I'll just answer both questions. She's like, we called your mom, we let her know what's going on, and she's been calling and checking on you. And it's like, and as far as, like, why this happened, she said, effectively, there was a lot of extra fluid on you that we didn't know about. And you were laid on your back for so long that the fluid pooled into your lung cavity and your lungs didn't have any room to expand. So.
That's why I thought, that's why that's where I got the like drowning thing from. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, no, I didn't, there wasn't fluid in my lungs, but like the space.
Basically your lungs were being compressed.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say compressed, because like I'd imagine it's more like there was a dude in the way, and they couldn't get into their room, so they slept out in the hallway, which is a terrible analogy. Yeah, they're just like.
I was just basically saying like you put something on top of the balloon can no longer be blown up more than it is.
No, it's yes, but from the bottom.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't room for them to inflate, so they could not inflate. So it didn't matter how hard I tried to inhale, it wasn't happening. And she was like, that was about it. That's all I really wanted to know. And so I sat up. I didn't sit up. I laid there the entire night. There was also this moment where like I was laid in the bed like at an angle. Like my feet were hanging off one side and like my head was like kind of like hanging over the other side. And everybody was really concerned that he's going to fall. And I was like, I won't fall. Like, I knew I wasn't going to fall. So I knew I wasn't going to sleep. And then this lady, they was like, yeah, we need to move you. And I remember this lady going, like, where's his head? Like, I'm going to say this to his face. I'm only saying this once. And they were like, you have to reposition yourself because we can't have you fall. And I was like, okay. So I fucking, like, repositioned. Wasn't really interesting.
I will say, at the very least, in their defense, you have done a lot of things to hurt yourself at this point. Well, not a lot of things, but
I did one thing that was like something that they, which I cannot imagine that they were shocked that happened. There's no way that they were surprised that happened, because I feel like most people would have done the exact same thing. And the rest of the night kind of went on without a hitch. Well, that's not true. Like the fucking the mask didn't really fit, so like it kept falling. Like every time I tried to position it, sometimes it would sometimes it would like come apart because it was modular. And And it was what it was. Like we just fucking had to deal with it. And eventually I felt something in the back of my throat, like on my tongue. It wasn't in the back of my throat. I felt something on my tongue. And like I don't know if any of you out there has ever had a tonsil stone like break loose and like be in your mouth. It feels like a small piece of bread like that's been soaking in your saliva. And I kept trying to cough it out. And I couldn't cough it out. I remember drooling all over the bed and like just wasn't happening. Long story short, that was my fucking uvula. It just straight up like it had like extended. Like it had
I will say, like, I've had that before where, like, my throat was so, like, inflamed that, like, my uvula, like, swole, and I'll feel it, like, on the back of my tongue.
Yeah, that's what I was experiencing.
Yeah, it's not a fun feeling.
No, it's because the only thing you can do is
Because it's
just
almost
swallow.
like you can swallow it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all you can do to like feel better is to swallow. So that morning, like I had like I don't think the TV was on at night, like that night. Like I really don't think it was. Shit. 'Cause I definitely didn't have my glasses on, I think. I don't remember how long I was there. Oh, that was the other thing that happened. The next question I had, I think, was what day is it? Because mind you, I went in for surgery on a Thursday. I don't remember what day that was. I don't remember what day that was. I'm gonna look at a calendar. Give me a second. I went in on the 25th. My surgery was the 25th of April. I woke up on the 30th. I was intubated and out of commission for 5 fucking days. Because when I asked the lady what day it was, she looked at her watch and she was like, "Tomorrow will be the 1st of May." And I looked at her like it was very animated. Like I looked at her like a goddamn cartoon character, and I was like, "It's like the fuck." Like, yeah, you were out for a while. No shit. So yeah, like I was incapacitated for a full 5 days. Now here's like the fun part.
I remember messaging you. I remember messaging you on that Friday, and like, okay, I guess something's going on. And then I still didn't hear from you for a while. I was like, okay, all right. And then you finally like messaged me back, and like you were like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. Like I was almost dead.
Like I don't remember what happened. I remember like when I eventually responded to the message you sent. Because here's what I thought happened. Everybody get ready, I'm about to say something very mean. I'm about to drop some truth bombs. I assumed when you sent me that little, okay, I almost said a word I can't say on YouTube. You sent me a little gay ass message. I thought you knew I had experienced a bad. That's how we talk around here.
No.
So I was telling you to shut up and stop being a little pussy. That's what I was doing. I was like, I'm all right. You know me, goddammit. I was like, when I die, it'll be an explosion. Like it won't be something as like.
But yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah, and
there
so
was
like
something in the universe that just they told me like I wanted to say this to you, and I don't know why.
And now we know. And so when I got home, like I found this out like a week or so ago, I assumed because you sent that message that your Braille had messaged you and told you what was going on. Here's what really happened. For anybody who's curious, Jordan kept trying to contact me. Jordan couldn't reach me. Jordan said, fuck that. He called my mom, Granny. She told him what happened. Jordan told your Braille. That's where I thought your Braille would tell you. But as your Braille informed me, no. The chain of communication stopped at me. To quote Newman, I don't think about Mark until you bring him up.
Which is fair.
And Jordan, as far as he's concerned, you don't exist. Nobody
Which
in
is
our
also
friend
great.
circle was like willing to contact you in the slightest. Like, I forget what your bro said. I gave your bro my opinion on his opinion of you, and he didn't tell me I was wrong, but he did say he resented my opinion, which didn't say I was fucking wrong. Yeah, you've basically alienated yourself from like all the people that can give you any information. But like I assume, I don't think they think about shit. They just don't care anymore. Like I assume you acknowledge this and like you're willing to like any millennial, I suppose. It's like, well, I could fix it and do better, but I'd rather just say no, these things happen and no. Yeah, I'd say get your shit together. But it's your shit. I ain't gotta deal with it. But like if these things happen, there's absolutely nothing I can do. I like if I'm dying, I can't be like, oh shit, Mark, yo, I'm dying. Like I can't. Like if I could, I would. If I could like message all of you and be like, y'all, I'm about to have a bad one. Like I would, but I can't, and I can't pay. I'm not gonna pay your braille a retainer to send you information. So it's up to you. Like do what you want to do. So yeah, that night goes on without a hitch. I don't like that morning they take me off the respirator, and in like this is where in this story, I really wish I had like been able to like fucking like mash this out, but I couldn't. So I guess this is where I'll end this section. Like although it's not a full 30 minutes, but this is where I'll end this section because it's the next section I'm dedicating to somebody. Like I am because he was the MVP. So I hope if you've enjoyed any of this, if you were like, wow, that's crazy, and you want to continue the story, then by all means there probably is going to be 2 more parts. Because I'm doing my best to like not talk a bunch, but I'm doing what I have to do. So yeah, come back and hear the rest of the story. Until next time.